It's IBC 2022, and we are with Adrian from Ateliere. Hi, Adrian.
Hi, thanks for having me.
It's nice to see you. So, Adrian, cloud migration is a big topic right now. What are the benefits for people moving their content into the cloud?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the benefits you're going to get is scalability, the elasticity that comes with the cloud, obviously the cost as well, and then the resilience. Whether it's transcoding or a number of different services, you want to have a robust, scalable solution that essentially powers up when there's work and keeps the lights off, let's say, when there's no work. So that definitely gives you that cost savings.
Yeah. And what are the pitfalls of not moving your content into the cloud?
Well, some of the pitfalls is you're going to be managing a highly fragmented, let's say, multiple systems that are highly fragmented. So a lot of the automations that you get that I just mentioned from the cloud, you're going to have to manually manage kind of those scaling manually to, let's say, handle that transcoding load that may come, as an example.
Yeah. And what are the pain points involved in embarking on this process of migrating to the cloud, and how are you solving those?
I'd say the biggest pain point definitely has to do with archives and the size of the archives, and then the cost that comes with migrating those archives into the cloud. So we definitely have, we leverage automations such as Glacier and different tiers of storage, so you have some savings there. But I think a bigger technology that we focus on, let's say, is our deep analysis, which helps you dedupe your content when you're migrating to the cloud.
Yeah, so let's expand on that a little bit more on the deep analysis. Just tell me how that can help people.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing about 70% storage savings per title. So there's definitely what I like to call a versionitis problem going around in the industry, where you have multiple versions of the same show or movie that are created for different geographical distributions, whether it's a compliance edit that happened, but now that's going to be costing you a storage footprint, let's say. So we developed deep analysis to look at these video tracks that may have been rendered out over the content lifecycle, and we're able to look at the differences and similarities between the video tracks. So ultimately what you're left with is a consolidated kind of component-based workflow that allows you to enter into an IMF kind of a streamlined approach to the versionitis problem.
Okay, fantastic. So Adrian, what AI technology are you leveraging to do all this?
Yeah, so our deep analysis leverages Amazon, whether it's their recognition engine or their auto scaling technologies. And then at the heart of it, we also have a proprietary model, Frame DNA. So kind of all combined together give you this deep analysis that allows you to dedupe your content.
Okay, so let's go on to costs now. There's lots of misconceptions and there's workarounds that people can do. Give us your insight into that.
Definitely. I think there's this kind of misconception about lifting and shifting and it automatically becoming cheaper, let's say. So you definitely want to pick the right partner in the migration strategy or your migration strategy. And you want to be mindful of whether they're cloud native or cloud hosted, I would say. So that's just, us being cloud native, and some of the earlier mentioned package templates allow you to deliver and basically continue your distribution and your content life cycles in a cloud environment for the cost of a pizza or a burrito, just depending on episodic or movie content, really.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of sustainability, it's a huge subject for everybody, and particularly in our industry. How can cloud migration help with that?
Yeah, a number of different ways. So I would say our biggest impact has to do with remote work and just enabling the industry to continue the work without the physical building locations. Yeah. So we have kind of that dynamic there. And then you get a large economies of scale when we're leveraging Amazon services, let's say, and they are a great partner in terms of sustainability, where they have that kind of mindful mindset from the ongoing, from the very beginning, let's say, to have that sustainable future in mind.
Yeah. So streaming has overtaken the mechanisms of consumption and the need for to keep up with OTT packaging, and not getting any easier. How is Ateliere addressing that?
Yeah, I would say in two ways. One is the metadata. So we know that metadata comes with its complexities. So we allow you to establish metadata at a title level and then transform that metadata into certain output profiles. So this is a low code, no code environment, very little knowledge, let's say, required, where you could set up your own packages inclusive of metadata and the packages are all tag based. But heavy automations there where you could batch out packages and distributions to different platforms.
Cool. So do you have any examples of customer success stories and maybe the migration process they've gone to and hopefully avoiding those pain points that we talked about earlier on?
Yeah, I think the prime example is, let's say, an MGM. So they're a large studio. They have a large library, very iconic brand, but really they struggled with their vendors. So they leverage our technology and help power their cloud migration strategy. And through that, really moving away from their vendors, gaining the visibility over their content, gaining control over their costs as well. So we were able to dedupe, taking their petabytes of data down to just the deltas, as I mentioned, through the deep analysis. So that's some of the ways that we were helping them.
Adrian, that was fantastic. Where can people find out more information?
You can find more information at ateliere.com.
Thank you very much indeed. Do check out ateliere.com for everything we've been talking about.